Now that I finished priming all the green parts, it's time to prime all the darker trim parts. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the green parts to these parts, but something completely different. Instead of me applying the putty onto the tray and mixing it, I'm going to put an exuberant amount strategically on this part. Let me just close it up before everything dries up. Now you guys are probably saying, why am I doing this? It's all part of the plan. Now I used a little bit of thinner on the brush, and I'm going to vigorously spread it. If there's parts that's collected and it's too much, I'll remove it. Now this thing works fast, so I have to work fast too. And I hate this stupid thing, doesn't want to stick on. Where are you? Alright, I just have to do this. There we go. Shit. Alright, I'm gonna have to use it on freehand like that. Alright. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time, and after seeing many people's videos, including one from Makano Man, who I'll give him credit for this, he didn't do this, but he did something that I really like to do, and I'm going to show it to you. Right now I'm just trying to thin it out, clean it up a bit. I don't want it to be over. There we go. I think that should be sufficient enough. So let me just collect a little bit more. And if I have to, I will use a little bit of putty knife. I used the hobby knife to sand out parts that may have collected. But the reason why I did this, there's a lot there, because I want to try this. Now it should be drying in a few moments. Alright, watch this. Using the cap of a leftover bottle of Tamiya's paint, thinnings, you know, extra thin cement, I'm going to do this. This is my version of zimmerit armor. I've seen people use the epoxy putty, what Makano did, but I'm not really in the mood of using that, and I wanted to use this for quite some time. Alright, I think that's enough, so let me just grab it off my finger. There we go. And then I'll just redo it again. Some parts may be drying quickly, but that's alright. But there we go. I don't know if you could see this. You know, I forgot to put the other light on. There you go. This is something that I wanted to try on the Geara Doga for quite some time, and after seeing all this, I said, you know what, I gotta try this. I really gotta try this, and it came out perfect. I had to test it first, and I used this part here, which is now slightly drying quickly. The foot. That came out okay. Let's try one more, and we'll try something smaller and something that I think would be perfect. That's this one right here. This one you got to do one at a time. You cannot do this on all in one shot, because then you have to take the time to do this while it's drying. I'll probably use up the entire putty, but I have another one in on standby. Now the one thing about this part is I'm going to have to, after I do this a lot, I have to use a toothpick to get that panel line out of there. Yeah, the side ones I don't care, it's the front part. Where's that toothpick? Oh, here it is. That's right, I forgot this thing is not. Bandai has really made it difficult for me to actually work on this Geara Doga, because it has not that much areas for me to grab on with the brush, or I mean with the clips. Alright, so that's fine. I'll take this again. Come on. I better do this quickly. You know what? Let's do this. You gotta wheel it. You can't like, oh, you gotta keep it like this. And I knew that was gonna fall. That should be fine. Alright. It's pretty good. Alright. Even though I have few parts to do this is going to take me a long time to do. So, okay, so now that I've finished priming all these parts and it's nice and textured as I want it to, well, this one's not that much texture. This is very light. But I wanted to start now priming them another layer of color, and that is, of course, the gloss black base, which is basically almost a, you know, it's a primer type thing. I wouldn't use this as a primary color, because I've noticed some weird things with it. And this is from alclad, so I wouldn't say something like that for alclad since they've been doing some pretty good products. But it's how you use the product that's you know, if you don't know how to use it, then you're gonna screw up your kit. I learned it firsthand with some of the last few kits I made. But I'm gonna use this as a base color. As you can see there, that's taken care of. And I'm not gonna sweat on making it nice and conform to part. I just want to cover it up. Shield. This one, I gotta make sure I do it right. Give it a base coat like that. My intention is not to be completely covered, just at specific areas, which I will show you guys at the next painting when I paint the next color. And as you can see, the rough texture that's on this, that's how I wanted on this kit. It's starting to show pretty well on this part. Here's another one from the foot. And let me grab something else that gives you a little bit more, something a little bit better. Let me give you another example. Something that... Okay, I'll try this. Nope, that's not it. Alright. With the black, you actually can see the roughness. There we go. Now again, I am not going to give it another pass, just give it a one pass here, and then I'm going to let it dry and begin with the next color.